Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today we'll be going over the newest gem ship and also the newest tier 20 ship, Hangzhou, a Chinese or technically Pan-Asian destroyer. Um, she just came out in the most recent update and I did speak about her a little when we had our last video. But this is honestly one of the strongest ships in the game, right up there with Liaoning. And we'll get into that in a moment, but real quick, she's a really nice looking ship as well. Um, Very nice. All right, so much though she looks like a cruiser, she's actually a destroyer. She's a really big destroyer at that. But let's see what we have. So Hangzhou has 42,500 health, which is a ridiculous amount of health for a destroyer. To put that in perspective, I'm pretty sure Grozavoy has the most health out of all destroyers. I'm not entirely sure on that because I haven't really paid attention, but she alone only has 21,200 health. And this sucker has 42,000. So you can already see we have a nice little HE health buff, or I should say health pool. Torpedo damage resistance 20%. Yeah, this is the only destroyer with a torpedo damage resistance percentile. No other destroyer has one. Or, yeah, I'm pretty confident in that actually. Armor, we have up to 25 millimeters or 2 inches. The belt is 2 inches. The guns look unarmored actually. And then you have a little bit of superstructure armor. So if the gun that's hitting you can't pen 25 mil with high explosive, you're pretty much set. Though honestly, every gun at this tier can. So you don't have much armor at all. You're still a destroyer, but you don't have a citadel because, well, you're a destroyer. Well, technically, it does look like you have one, but I haven't been able to citadel her before. All right, moving on, let's take a look, see what kind of guns we have. We have 130 millimeter guns and 2 twin turrets, one on the bow, one on the stern, so only 2 twin guns for a maximum of 4 guns, but we make up for the lack of guns by our rate of fire, 40 rounds a minute. I have that a little bit increased here to 44.44 rounds a minute. I'm pretty sure I can still increase that even more. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm working on crack gunner. But if you get the burn the ship behind skill here, it says reload speed increases by another 20% when you have less than half health, which for a destroyer doesn't really take that many shots to do. So you can even get that rate of fire higher than that. 180-degree turn time is 6 seconds, so they turn on a dime. HE max damage is 3,000. Fire chance is 10%. HE piercing is 50 millimeters. AP max damage is 3,600, and both HE and AP initial shell velocity is 950 meters per second. So these are really, really fast shells as well. So not only are you firing these every, I think I have the reload down to 1.8 seconds, but they're also going mad fast, and they can turn around and track different targets on either side of the ship extremely quickly. This ship can tickle battleships to death, and it actually doesn't take that long. It's actually really quickly, and I'll show you that in the video later. But yeah, these guns are really, really good. We have a main battery range of 17.6 kilometers, which is absolutely massive. Let's take a look at some of the top tier destroyers. Grozavoy goes out to 14.2. Shimikaze is not a good gunboat, but she can go out to 10.8. Gearing is pretty decent. She can go out to 12.5. Somers can go out to 12.3. And Daring can go all the way out to 12.2. So to have a ship that can go out to 17 plus kilometers will always give you an advantage. That being said, you are a larger target and easier to hit, but you will always have a range advantage. Torpedoes. We have 2 triple launchers here on the side here, as you can see. Actually, for the most part, I don't even use the torpedoes. I don't think I've landed a single, well, actually I might have landed 1 torpedo hit so far. Max damage is only 9,600. The range is 11 kilometers. The speed is 65 knots. The rate of fire is 2 rounds a minute. These suckers reload in less than 30 seconds or so. Or, well, at least for me, that is. What is my rate of fire for torpedoes, actually? 2.35 rounds a minute. So yeah, mine are a little bit faster than 30 seconds. So you can get them really quickly. But with only 3 torpedoes that do 9,600 damage at top tier, you're really not going to do much. Detectability range is 1 kilometer, and torpedo flight chance is 42.49. Yeah, like I said, you really don't need to use your torpedoes all that much. You can certainly use them if you'd like, but I don't think it's necessary. Your guns are more than enough to take on any kind of target. Additionally, speaking about torpedoes, you have an aircraft. It is a torpedo bomber helicopter. Yep, you heard that right. The first one in the game. It's relatively slow, 100 knots, 3600 durability. I don't have any stats on the torpedo it drops. It may be the same as these ones. It may not be. It doesn't actually say it all. It drops one torpedo. It's not even enough to sink a destroyer, but I mean, it's something if you really don't have anything else, or if you want to attack a target that's way out of your range. It's there, but honestly, it's not anything special. And speed, we have 32 knots. So she's pretty quick on her feet. Not the fastest, but still pretty quick. Though, honestly, Missouri can still outrun her. And we're not even talking about the French battleships or even Illinois. So in terms of actual speed, even battleships can outrun her. But at least it's not extremely slow. Okay, and one of her biggest parts of her is her anti-aircraft defense. 9 km outer range of 344, middle range of 5.5, damage of 310, and inner ring range of 2.5, damage of 220. That's without any crew skills or modules, because I don't think it needs it. But I'm pretty sure if you do have both of those, you can get it out to 11 kilometers. Can you actually equip the AA defense? No, you can't increase the damage at all. You can just increase the range. But yeah, so this is an absolute anti-aircraft beast. It does have a defensive anti-air as well. You can use it one time. It lasts 12 seconds. You have the same kind of anti-aircraft defense animation that the Udaloy camo has. You have like the Sea Whiz kind of animation for the guns, and you can also launch the missiles from the VLS departments here and here. So it's pretty cool as well. Detectability, I don't think I have the concealment module yet. No, I'm not actually even working on it. So the base detectability for this ship is 8.9 kilometers. That's actually atrocious. That can be decreased with the captain crew skill. But like I said, I don't have that, so I'm assuming it would go down to about 8.7 or so. But regardless, you will always be seen pretty much at the same range cruisers are. But honestly, that doesn't matter. As soon as you can see a target, it pretty much dies. Now, technically, it does say she has one secondary gun as well, but we don't have any range for it, and I don't know where it would be. I was thinking it's this rocket launcher here, but I've been in some pretty close scenarios, and that hasn't actually fired at all. So I'm not really sure where this secondary is. But let's toss her into a game and show you how amazingly strong this ship is. Alright, let's see what kind of game we have today. Technically it's a special ship, but it's also tossed into high tier games, though I'm in a tier 9 game today. That's interesting. We have an Essex, Rostislav, Yamato, Iowa, Missouri, Fargo, Alaska, Hangzhou, Jutland, Akazuki, Fletcher, and Tashkent. So a lot of destroyers to melt, and a lot of battleships to burn, and a lot of planes to shoot down. That works out. I don't really have a specific weakness on the ship either. Oh, I didn't talk about the radar. She also comes with a radar that can cover the entire map and lasts for like 3 minutes. So we're just going to show that right now. Yeah, 240 seconds. Actually, that's 4 minutes last. But yeah, and you can see the range on the map here. It detects the entire map. So for like 4-minute intervals, you know exactly where every single ship is. Though your visibility range is about the same as your actual main gun range, which actually I do find to be kind of limiting, but that also means that if you can see a ship, you can shoot the ship. So we're just going to work our way over here. Torpedo angles, not really the best, but like I said, they do reload pretty quickly, so yeah, there you go. Speed is pretty nice. I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied. That is also why I'm almost at the health pool of a Bismarck. Believe it or not, 62,500. I haven't really needed to use all of it, but it is very nice. Alright, so we're racing towards the front of the map here. yeah, you can see the turret rotation as well is extremely nice. Going back to those torpedo bombers real quick, we also have 3 of them as well. So, well, actually no, make that 2. So we only have 2 of them then. But like I said, if you don't really use them, then you don't really need to use them at all. So hopefully we're going to be near the group that gets attacked by this Essex here. Oh, there's the first Hangzhou. And so we can shoot down a lot of planes. This is a good ship to have auto fire on, by the way. You just kind of let it rip. It does kind of get confused, I think, with the rate of fire, because if I'm firing both turrets with auto fire, sometimes only one will actually be firing. I'm not quite sure why that is, but I just take auto fire off and... Oh, hello. And just let the guns think about it for a second. Alright, so there we go. And then let's get back to work here. But you can see how the shell velocity on these guns is amazing, and also the rate of fire. I am actually reloading in 0.9 seconds. So that's amazingly strong. But you can also see how quickly the ship can just fall apart once it has some good shots landing on it. It does melt relatively quickly. And there we go, 1 down. And there goes the Tashkent. Alright. I don't think I need to use my defensive AA right now. We do not get a smoke screen, so you do have to keep that in mind. Let's toss some well, there's that Jutland there. Yeah, let's toss some torpedoes out. And we're going to switch over to armor piercing. And just start melting this Yama. And you'll be surprised at how quickly this actually happens. You just get massive amounts of damage. And remember, your guns are only 130mm guns. They're not like exceptionally large. They just shoot so fast that you can melt entire battleships relatively quickly. And yeah, you just kind of sit here and chill. I am going to go up to half speed though. I haven't really been shot at before because nothing's ever come close enough to shoot me. But I can only... So I don't really know how the ship reacts to being shot at, per se. I'll switch over to high explosive real quick. And try and take out this Fletcher real quick. Also, our radar is just now going down. But yeah, and boom, destroyer gone. Next. But you can see how amazingly strong this ship is. I haven't even needed to use any of my special weapons yet. I'm just using the guns. I did launch some torpedoes, but they didn't even hit. I haven't even used my torpedo bomber helicopter yet, but mainly because there's not a real good target for that. And we're done. Next, let's switch over to armor piercing and start working over this Fargo here. And we're going to try and race down this carrier over here because she is just out of range. Alright, you're done. No, we're going to launch our torpedo bomber helicopter at this Rostislav because that angle, I don't really think I'm going to get a lot of damage here. Though I say that, and I actually do get pretty much good damage. Alright, radar's back up already. Not that we need it. Alright, and let's watch this helicopter here real quick. So it's coming in. It's dropping, or it should be dropping here. There we go. And it drops the one torpedo. So as you can see it in the water. Double fire, that's fine. Oh, we got dive bombed? Alright, well that means the next target, or aircraft that hits us, is going down. Let's just melt this Missouri real quick while we're at it. You can see the damage numbers just add up so quickly, especially with armor piercing on the upper belt. It's spectacular. Now let's go to this Iowa over here. We could always switch to high explosive as well if we need to, which I think we might have to here. Yeah, let's switch. But yeah, this is how you play the ship. You just sit back at a comfortable range and just completely rain on everyone. Let's go to armor piercing. We're shooting down every single plane that we can see. I want to play with the S6 a little bit. I want her to get off her entire strike, and then I want to shoot it all down. As you can see, there's the missiles coming up for the anti-air animation there. And let's just pop our defensive AA and gone. Absolutely gone. And let's begin just shooting her down because it doesn't look like she has much more aircraft to send our way. Oh, actually she does have a little bit more. Let's pause for a second. I do enjoy shooting down aircraft very, very much. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to get all of these though. So we're just going to go back to shooting here. Yeah, not a lot of them are going to get back though. Yeah, as you can see here, she has almost fully depleted strike groups. All she has left are fighters. I want to see how many planes I can actually shoot down with this ship. S6 has about 90 planes, I'm pretty sure. We're going to shoot down the majority of them. We have already shot down 2/3 of them. So yeah, full AA build on the ship would definitely be kind of overpowered, but you don't really need to. I mean, your max range is 9 km. Oh, the S6 is coming in. I want this kill. So you just leave it the way it is and focus on your guns or something like that, and you'll be fine without a doubt. And there we go. Alright, cool. So let's see how we did. I'm expecting a lot of damage because we did farm quite a few battleships. 276,000 damage, not as much as I'd expect. 5 ships sunk, 554 shell hits, 1 torpedo hit, that was from our helicopter. 65 aircraft shot down, 2 citadels, 5 fires, 1 module destroyed for 14.6 thousand base XP and 1100 free XP. We did 71,000 damage in high explosive, and armor piercing did 187,000 damage. Fires did 11,000 damage, and the torpedo only did about 7,000. So you can't really do all that much with your torpedoes, that is. We completely took out the Fletcher. Missouri had a little bit of damage. Fargo had a little. Wrecked the Essex, the Hangzhou. You can kind of get the idea of this ship can take on pretty much anything. Destroyers, you have radar. What is the accuracy is? 2.5 meters accuracy. 70 kilometer scan range, by the way. So wherever the ping says that ship is, that's where that ship actually is with a 2.5 meter accuracy. Also, it lasts 4 minutes and only takes 1 minute to reload. So that's a ridiculous radar right there. Yeah, so your guns can take on destroyers relatively easily. You can citadel cruisers and melt battleships and take on any carrier without a doubt. Like I said, your only real negative is that you are a large destroyer with a very high detectability. But then again, if anything comes into range, it's going to melt pretty much immediately. Really recommend this ship. Like I said, it's a tier 20 ship, so it's not a special ship. So you actually will be able to use it against, well, other ships in the game that are not just special ships. I don't really like special ships. But this one is an amazing steal right now. If I were to say what the 2 strongest ships in this game are, at least tier 20 wise, it would definitely be Lining and Hangzhou. And for only 1,600 diamonds, she's actually not a bad ship, especially with the diamond deal that's going on right now. You can buy her for about 15 bucks. So if you have that to spare, I definitely would recommend buying this ship. She's a fun little ship and she never gets boring. With that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content, and we will see what happens next. I am working on a another video, or a longer video, I should say, behind the scenes, or a series, I should say. We'll go into that in more detail later on, but for right now, I'm not sure what the next video will be on, but stay tuned to find out. So again, thank you so much for watching, and take care.